How you doing, guys? Here we are back on my desk. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a great day. As you guys can see, finally, I've had a chance to open up my Storm Collectibles King figure from the Tekken 7 video game. So I wanted to do a quick video on this guy. Been waiting for this thing for a long, long time. Finally got it. Finally had a chance to play around with it. Really, really happy with it so far. You guys can see I've already taken this thing out of the box. Here he is in all his glory. But before we cover the figure itself, here's the packaging. Awesome, picture here of King himself. The Tekken 7 logo. I love this pose here with the cape, with his hands on his waist. There's another one here, him doing a kick. And then in the back, you get the product shots here. Here he is wearing the cape with the different hands on. Again, more shots of the figure with the different poses. And this guy is pretty poseable. He looks awesome. And some of the effects that you get with the figure. Now, also inside of the box, you do get, very similar to the other Storm collectible figures, this nice background, which is really cool. I love this Tekken 7, I guess, background of King's stage, I'm assuming. It's been a while since I played that game, but this looks really nice. It's really nice quality to it. But you do get this in the packaging, and that's something you could use as a background. So we'll put that aside. As far as accessories, you do get this effect, which is supposed to go with the hands here of the figure. You kind of just put it on. It's supposed to, I guess, sort of imitate a swooshing or a, like a effect there that he's throwing a very strong clothesline or, some kind of punch there. But that can go in there. Pretty cool, that effect. Additionally, you also get about 3 pairs of hands in addition to the hands that he already has on. I already switched some of them, but you get the classic pointing hands, which are really cool. These are like soft rubber, so they are a little bendy, but he can point, which is pretty King of himself. And he also has these sprawled out hands, like he's about to grapple or grab someone. You guys could see them there, and they're really well done. I think the yellow with the blue. Not a lot of detail in the fingers, but what they do have looks okay at this scale. And he also gets these other more open hands. Again, they look like they're about to grapple someone, and a fist here. So you get 3 pairs of hands, and then the ones that he sort of comes with. I have the fist here in one. You guys could see there. And then on the left hand here, I have the sort of open hand. And they fit in really well. No issues there. And then the last accessory that you do get is the this awesome cape. Made out of rubber. It's got the leopard print on the inside. The rubber loops to go over the arms. And I think it's well done. And then the detail in the back with the white. And then the King Anger of Beast logo lettering there. But this is really cool. Once you put this guy, this cape on King here, he looks pretty regal, pretty awesome. You see some detail there on the neck piece. But this is really nice. My only gripe with this thing is that you do need to be a little careful with when putting this thing on. You can try and take off one of the arms to then put it back in, but I didn't want to force it. So I had to sort of turn his hands all the way around and carefully sort of bend the cape from here to get the arms sort of in place and avoid. The only thing that, like I said, that worries me is that if you pull on this too hard, you may end up separating this here. You guys could see on mine. So it is painted, so I would just be really careful when putting the cape on. But this is really nice once you sort of get it on. I would probably try and get it on, not take it on and off too much, because I do think the weak link here is this section of the handles of the cape. You guys could see some white paints already showing on mine. So just be really careful with that. But this is a nice accessory overall. So that's it for accessories. I honestly don't think King needed anymore, because the figure itself is pretty awesome. You guys can see the head sculpt there. pretty well done. Some really nice detail. The leopard print, you know, the mask, the eyes, you know, the mouth there. This is great. And, you know, it's a mask, so, you know, it's kind of just hanging over the neck, but, you know, that's technically his head. So there's really nothing under there. This is his head. It's on a ball joint. So you can turn it fully around. He can look down. He can look sort of up a little. The chest here section in normal Storm Collectible fashion, this is all soft like rubber to allow for more posability when you're moving this guy around. He does have you know, a bit of ab crunch. You can look down, you can look up, and here the arms. There's a lot of range here. You can turn them fully around on the shoulders. The biceps do kind of move a little. I wouldn't force them too much. He can, you know, has about 90 degrees of elbow movement. His hands do rotate. They're on ball joint, so you can move them slightly in and out. You guys can see that. Waist, he can turn the waist fully around if you wanted to do that, but so it's very postable there. The legs, he can kick. Some of the material here from the his trunks sort of get a little in the way, so you just have to be careful with that, but he can kick forward. And then the knee there with the knee pad, which you can move around. He's also get a bit of ankle articulation there, some of the toe pivot there, and this can move in and out for posing. The material also here in the trunks, the knee pads, the covers here for his shin guards or whatever you call them. These are all soft plastic and they can move around. Same thing here with the forearms. These are kind of softer plastic than what's on the arm. Same with the elbow guards here. I guess the only issue too with posing is some of these things like the elbow guards, these section here is because they're soft rubber, they kind of get in the way when you're trying to pose this guy, so you just have to be really careful. And then the same thing here on the knees. This can get in the way when you're bending it. And then as we move on to the back, the tail is obviously there and needed to be there, and you can turn this fully around. Again, I would just advise you to just be pretty careful with this. I'm not sure how that's held in there, but it does move. Just kind of move it out of the way like that. But the figure itself, it's really nicely done. There's a lot of detail. You see some Mexico text there on the back. Here's the bottom of the feet there. You know, there are some folds and buttons here on the knee pads, you know, the buckles on the shin guards. This design on the pants, it's so well done, you know, and the blue is really nice and vibrant. You get the King Anger of the Beast again to match what was on the on his cape there. And yeah, I just love the way this yellow is done. Really well done, I think there. I did have one issue in the back where it looks like some paint rubbed off from the waistline here from being in the box, I guess. Just straight out of the box, he had this line here. I'm going to see if I can try to rub it off maybe with a little bit of soapy water. But if not, you know, obviously I don't really display my figures facing, you know, backwards. So I don't mind it too much. But other than that, this is an awesome figure. It is very postable. Like I said, you can switch his hands out. He does come with that awesome cape, and you can put him in various positions. You know, if perhaps you're into wrestling, you can imitate some great moves. You know, there he is pointing up. He can point at you. The head sort of moves, and again, you could really put this guy. Do like the proportions in this guy. I think they did a great job with this figure overall. I really do like it. I think it's definitely worth it if you're a fan of Tekken in general. If you're a fan of a wrestling character, I think they've done a great job here with King. You know, maybe you're into collecting the Storm Collectible figures. This is definitely, I think, a worthy addition to anybody's collection there. And here you go. I really would highly recommend this figure. It's really well done. Again, hopefully if you do get yours won't have this issue. And then I guess the other issue to watch out for is when you put on this cape, just be really, really careful with pulling on these sections here, on these straps. You don't want to risk perhaps ripping them off or something like that, because I think that's going to be a failure point if you take this on and off a lot. I think for me, I put it on for pictures. I may not try to put it on again. I'd probably just put it away and just display this guy like that anyway. He'll probably be facing off against Max Zangief, and you guys will see that how this guy compares with the rest of my figures and the Storm Collectible range. So we'll be back with that. Okay guys, so just to wrap up the video, I figure we'll do some quick comparisons. Here he is with Donatello, random Ninja Turtle that I had laying around on my desk. Nothing to do with each other, but since he was sitting there, he gets compared. But there you go, if you're interested. And then to get going with the Storm Collectibles, here he is next to Haohmaru from Samurai Shodown. This guy's not standing up straight up and down. King would still be taller, but I think the scale, again, pretty well together. We'll move him aside. Here's Iori from King of Fighters 97. This is the Orochi Iori. Again, I think that scales great. Then we'll do Streets of Rage 4. Here he is next to, again, Axel. And this just makes me want Storm Collectibles to make a Max figure. So Storm Collectibles, please get going on that Max figure. I know you're making an Adam as well. So, but these look, again, really well together. Well done. Here he is next to Kung Lao. Again, Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 2 costume. But again, looks awesome. And then to keep him company, here he is next to Reptile. Again, Storm Collectibles. These are slightly smaller, but I think the scale sort of still works, is because to me, King's a big, buff, huge mountain of a wrestler guy, right? So I think that scale sort of works. And then just to end the video, I specifically got this guy because I want to pair him up with Zangief here. And this just looks so awesome to me. It's so great to finally have these two together. I'll probably try and display them in some kind of wrestling match. But they do, I think, look well together. Here you go, see them pointing at each other before they're about to go get into a fight there. But definitely, I think these two guys look so awesome together. But anyway, I would definitely recommend this figure. If you're on the fence about it, definitely get your hands on it if you can, if you're a fan of it. You know, I know things are pretty crazy with prices going up nowadays. I think this is still widely available. I got mine via Big Bad Toy Store, so definitely get yourself a King if you can. It's highly recommended. It's very poseable. I think if you have other Storm Collectible figures, he'll scale well with them, as you guys can see. Just trying to put them all there together. So it's so nice to be able to fill out the collection here with King now. But I would definitely, again, recommend this figure. It's such a nice figure. It's very poseable. The details are spot on. Costume's great. I guess my only gripe would be that cape. It is a little delicate in the straps, so just be really careful. There's just something to sort of be on the lookout for. But as you guys can see, right now, this guy is definitely a get. Definitely recommend it. Definitely get yourself a King out there. Anyway, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for your very valuable time. You know, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Any suggestions as well, please feel free to leave a comment. Again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. Be nice to each other. And I will see you next time.